So this is the problem difference of two squares. So our problem is 162 squared minus 800. So right from the start, I can tell that our numbers are both not perfect squares. So instead, we're going to have to find greatest common factor. And the greatest common factor of 162 and 800 is 2. So we put the 2 down and then parentheses. So 2 goes into 162 81 times. And keep the a squared. And then minus 800 divided by 2, which is 400. So this was our first step, but now we can simplify it even further. I can see that they're both perfect squares now, so we finally got them to perfect squares. So you bring the 2 back down again, and then you root both of these. So root 81a squared is equal to 9a, and then minus perfect square of 400, which is 20. So then that's our final answer, and then always make sure to bring down the 2 because that's what originally got you to here from the original problem. So yeah, that's our answer.
A quadratic when a is greater than 1. Our problem is 5x to the second power plus 40x plus 80. To start off, you have to factor the greatest common factor, which is 5. So you would do this. Once you've factored out the 5, you get x to the second power plus 8x plus 16. Then you have to find a number that multiplies to 16 and adds up to 8. So, a little box. So both of those numbers would be 4 and 4. So you'd have to rewrite your equation with the factors and split the equation into 2 sets of parentheses. And then factor. Then rewrite your final factored equation and make sure that the numbers in the parentheses after being factored are common to both terms, so they have a commonality. Don't forget to include the GCF that you factored out in the first step. And do a quick check to make sure that you got your answer right.
We are given the equation 25a squared plus 50a plus 25. Your first inclination may be to already factor it into groups of 2 parentheses. But first, we have to find the GCF, which is existent in these 3 numbers. Our GCF is 25, and we're left with that equation. Now, we can factor it into groups of 2 parentheses.
The first step is to find factor pairs of C, which is 30.
So we ask the question, what times what equals 1, but also adds up to 2? That would be 1. And then we would just bring down 25 next to these 2 groups. We then again bring the 25 down. And as we can see, these 2 groups are the same. So then we would just put squared right there because they multiply each other. That right there is your answer.
To learn how to factor an easy trinomial with a GCF, we are going to use the example 3b squared plus 36b plus 60. The first step is to find the GCF of the trinomial, which is 3, and factor it out of the equation. We are left with 3 times b squared plus 12b plus 20. We then want to find the factors of term C that add up to term B. I found that they are the numbers 10 and 2 because 10 times 2 equals 20 and 10 plus 2 equals 12. After that, we write out the final answer with 3, the GCF, in front, times b plus 10 times b plus 2. We put the factors that we found earlier into the parentheses with a variable b.